Hey friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and look at this incredible Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Collection Turtle Figures Sewer LAIR Edition. There are 6 figures in this set. It's these right here, and a couple of extra that I've had since I was a kid to show you how they compare to the originals. So you're not gonna wanna miss this. And then after this, we're gonna wanna open the villain pack. So I don't want to wait any longer. I want to take a look at just how great these are. I'm sure you do too. So guys, before we get started, if you've not already subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think of these action figures, and yeah, give us a big thumbs up and share this video with anyone who you think would enjoy it. So guys, what do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
What is up, Vincent Gigi?
Vincent Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vincent Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vincent Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV on Super Channel G.
God, is this great?
Hey friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and look what I got at a local comic book store. I have the Classic Collection Turtle Figures, Sewer LAIR Edition, the 6-pack of Playmates Toys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're gonna slide this on out, and I do want to let you know, I was so excited to see this, and it's actually for sale if you go to like the GameStop app or GameStop.com. I'm pretty sure you might be able to find it in stores soon. Haven't seen it in stores at all, but I did see it was available to buy. And I'm gonna take a closer look so you can see exactly what this entails. Look at this awesome comic book art right here of Raphael. Vote no on the stinking sewer project. Let me spin it around here. Look at the top. We got Mikey coming out of a manhole, I guess, right there, right? And this, I'm assuming, is ooze. And look at this foot soldier right here fighting against Leonardo and Donatello looking out the periscope. And we have Shredder right over here and it says danger. Keep toes behind panel. And we have Master Splinter right here meditating or something. And again, there's ooze everywhere and there's a battle scene going on there. Looks pretty awesome. I'm definitely digging this package. And I want to show you just what is inside. Let's see. Let's get this bad boy open. Wow. Here, let me a little further back. And let's take a look to see what's in here. This is so awesome. This is Raphael. Just admiring it before I even said anything. Shredder. Look at that. Leonardo. Let's see. We have a little bit of tissue paper. Separate them. We have Master Splinter. These are definitely replicas of the originals. We have Michelangelo. Look at that. And he actually looks like the soft head. And let's see who else we got here. Of course, you already knew. We have Donnie. Look at that. And so, I'm like, wait a minute, are the heads oversized? Let's take a look. And I'm gonna set these up right here. If you give me a second, I'm actually gonna take a look to see, because I still have, Raphael was the only actual turtle I had before. And I had some other figures, but give me a second. Let's take a look at this. Okay, cool. Let me get a little closer here. And here is my actual original Raphael. I'm like, does it have a date on here somewhere? Look at that. I believe it says 1988. And this is hard head. And let's take a look. Where's Raphael again? This one here. Let's see, how similar is it? It is very similar, but it's not the exact same figure. Look at that. Let's see, let's put his arms up here. And the head does look a little bit bigger. But pretty close. I definitely gotta hand it to him, pretty close. I don't remember if I still have the belt or not, or if it fell off. It might be in there, but this is definitely a lighter Raphael than this darker green. And then we also have the villain pack that we'll take a look at shortly. And here's my original Rocksteady and Bebop. And I'm anxious to take a look at that because I saw that some people were writing that Bebop's legs were only black all the way. But we'll take a look at that in a little bit, as these are all original figs. Let's see, does it have... Looks like they all might say 88 on there. Like, what about this Casey Jones? This one says 89. Okay, cool. Let's set those aside. And alright friends, I got us all set up so that we can do these first 6 action figures, the ones from this awesome SEWER LAIR edition. And so let's get them open. We just took a look at how beautiful this box is. Look at that. Beautiful artwork. Just a quick glimpse again. And that way we can set it aside and take a look at our action figures. What do you say? And put this right over here. I did find a few of the action figures that I had from when they first came out, and I only had Raphael as far as the turtles, but I'm excited to see who we have here. Alright, so let's get started. What do you say to that? Alright, so our first action hero, action figure is going to be Raphael. Of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Look at this beautiful package. They're all going to be packaged like this, but this artwork is just absolutely incredible. Definitely a replica of the original and very reminiscent. And I'm going to pull out Raphael, the one I still have that somehow made it all these years, for the most part intact. Let me come a little closer. Obviously, you've already seen who's in this set, but look here, it shows all 6 original 1988 figures. Look at that. And look at this beautiful artwork back here. And it says, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, catapulted from indie comics origins to superstardom by the original Murakami Wolf Swenson MWS animated series. TMNT ran on air for nearly a decade, from 87 to 96, and ranked #1 in ratings for an unprecedented 5 straight years. Featured in over 190 episodes, the fun-loving, shell-kicking teens are still recognized around the world and fondly remembered by fans with every bite of pizza. Yep, and look how great this looks. There's 6 figures, so I'll read this one, and they all have the exact same back, I believe. So because of that, already read this, I'll read the other parts on the next action figure with Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Splinter, and so on. So let's get this bad boy open, and it does say down here, nick.com/TMNT. Okay, I don't want to destroy this beautiful package, so let me see what would be the easiest way to get them out without destroying the whole package. So we'll start here. Look at that. And like, I didn't have a butter knife, so I wouldn't destroy the package somewhere. Alright, well, there you go. Let's get this under here. And then we'll start lifting. Like so. Okay. That should be enough this way. What about this way? There we go. I don't want to get a paper cut either though, because that would be very unfortunate. There we are. So let's get our Raphael out. slide them on out. And here we are. Look at this. Let's get this really awesome closer look. Look at Raph. And the head looks softer, but it's actually still hard. So, look at his weapons right here. Oh, there's a twist tie. And looks like it has no metal in it, so it's just a big plastic twisted tie. So I'll just cut it. And that looks like it might be the same over here. So I'm not about to be struggling with that. So there's that. And there is that. Okay. Pop Raph on out. And let's take a closer look over here. And I was like, the head looked like it was going to be softer since it appears to be a different type of plastic than the rest of the body. So let's take a look at his articulation. We have a little bit of paint bleed right here. There we go. So we can see what that looks like. The arms do go all the way around on both of them. There we are. Let's see the wrist turn right here by where the elbow is. Look at that. And take a look at this sculpt right here. You can see the dots from where that was put together. Is massive triceps right here. So we do have this plastic belt right here. This does come off, or at least it should, because that's how it was with the original. Put this back on just by pushing that back to the R. Has a little guide area to put it right in here so it stays on there. See that? We can put his weapons right in here. Alright, let's see, the legs should be on kind of like a ball joint, at least slightly, so that we can actually turn the legs, move them in, oops, wrong way, and out, and then rotate and pivot them a little bit. So they don't go straight out. Obviously they will turn in if you move them like that. So you'd have to sit like this if you wanted them to sit. But he still can. And as far as standing, he still get some decent poses. But alright, let's see what and then he does have these hexagonal holes right here so they can have them interplay with either stand or some, like the vehicles that were there before that haven't been re-released with this set yet. But let's take a look at these weapons. Look at that. Interesting. Here's a sai. Oop. Sorry, I got it out of focus there. We have some throwing stars. And yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so let's see. Where do I have Raphael? We just talked about this. And moving everything to the side. There it is. Check this out. Look what I got right here. It's interesting because it is a little bit different. I would say that the originals definitely have tighter paint on them. And this, I'm going to zoom in right here. For example, remember we said we had that paint bleed right here? The color paint is, it should probably be lower, but it is tighter there. Look at that. And of course some of the paint may have chipped off just from over time. But pretty nice overall. I do like this deeper green on the original Raph. Slightly more glossy looking, and you know what? I did find his belt actually. And, reach all the way over here. Look at this. I didn't think I had. And it's still a little dirty, but whatevs. Okay. So we'll say this one feels definitely like it would be a little bit more durable. Look at the pegs right here. The holes for the original one are way smaller. And let's put this right here, and the R is red. Red is the R. let's put these right here. Put that right on through. Let's see if it stays. But that also matches. Look at the difference between those two. Okay, this one has 6 holes right here. This only has 2. That's a very minor difference, but still. And it seems like this raft right off the bat stood better. I don't know why that is. There you go. And is it just me, or does this head look slightly bigger? Look at the neck. So I'm like, why is this one standing better? Interesting. Can't figure that one out. Interestingly enough, I don't know why this one is standing better, like right off the bat. But here, the original weapons right here, and this one does look like it's a little more fierce, a little more angular. And this was part of this that broke off, obviously. Don't have it anymore. So we're just gonna pop a couple of these weapons off. You know what? Let's just do that so we don't struggle. There we go. Come from this angle. Well, so that's just gonna pop off. Here we go, little weapons. Okay. So these fit pretty well right here. Look at that. Very cool. And then as far as back here, we can put that one there. Or whatever. Let's cut this out right here. Right here. Okay. And this would go right here. Pretty cool. And let's see, I guess we can have him holding other weapons. We can have his throwing stars. We can have this. I don't even know what this is called. Maybe someone can comment down there. Oops. Cut this off. Not even sure, but it looks cool. Look at all those weapons. And then this little guy that I was holding right here, just slide it all up in here. Look at that. But since this belongs to this Raph, put this in his hand. You know, is there any other obvious differences? Nope, but which one do you like? I think we're all gonna say the original one better, if it was just in better condition. I am gonna have some trouble keeping the belt on, it would appear. And that's just because it's just so old and looks like the little part that would stay on right here isn't gonna stay on very well. So, this poor weapon right here, rest in peace weapon. So, there you have it. There's our 2 Raphaels, our new one, and our classic, completely classic one. So, not bad. I'm gonna set this aside, I'm gonna put this back in here, and we'll move these over here. Oop. How's that? Pretty cool. Let's see, where can I throw this? And we'll set this aside. Okay. So next, let's go ahead and open Leo. And look how awesome Leo looks. Looks like he has almost the exact same weapons, except he luckily has his own swords. Just like with Raph, he had one of the Sai as his weapon, right? And look at this. Same beautiful package on all these. Same back here. Original figs. Just read this. So now let's see what it says over here. So, the evolution of the turtles. A boy's bowl of pet turtles falls into the stench of an underground city sewer. They land on Splinter, a penniless but powerful ninja master who lives in the muck. Look at that. So stay tuned to see what happens next, which you can obviously see right here. And I'm sure you know. So let's get this open. Slide this right under here. There we are. Open it just enough to slide it out. And not get a paper cut. There we are. Okay. Look at Leo. That looks pretty awesome. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any of the other original turtles. I did have just that Raph. And let me tell you, the turtles were extremely hard to find back in the 80s and 90s, at least the very original figures. Let's get Leo on out of here. And let's get his swords. Leave the rest in here. Oh man, those are some flimsy swords. That I was not expecting. Wow. It's so flimsy, it's almost like a fruit roll-up. Look at this. Of course, that may be a slight exaggeration, but unfortunately, not that much of an exaggeration. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to leave the rest of the weapons in here. We just saw what they look like with Raphael. Put this back in here. Along with this, I'm going to set that aside. And look at our Leo. So, Leo looks pretty cool. He's definitely got that side teeth, his side mouth going right there. Looks like we have a little bit of paint bleed again on this one. Let's see. We're missing some paint right here. So the paint appears to be a little rushed on our first two figs. We have very similar articulation here. The arms do go all the way around. It does turn right here at what's essentially the elbow. Again, looks like missing paint right here. They're brand new figures that just opened. So paint's very rushed. Look at that. So unfortunately it's a little sloppy, but that's alright. And then we have that same like simple ball joint. Interesting how Leo is taking a step. We have a blemish right here. And also right here. Looks like Leo has fungal now. Oof. Alright. Looks like the swords would fit right here. Now I'm going to be honest. I had some friends that had the other turtles that I did not have, and I could have sworn that I remembered these swords being pretty decent and not as flimsy. Obviously they weren't so ridiculously strong, but I didn't remember them being this flimsy. So these can go right on in here. That looks pretty cool actually. I like how his right here crosses over his body. So that's cool. Interesting how he's gonna have to be taking a step to stand. I did not have Leo, so I couldn't tell you if that's how the original one was. I would assume it is, since they're trying to do that. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So let's put these swords in his hands. Let's see. That's pretty cool actually. So, what are your thoughts? overall, still happy, despite the fact that it has some blemishes. Alright, let's set him right on over here. Let's move our Raph over here. Our Leo. How's that? Not bad. Okay. Awesome. Great. So let's move on. Next, we're doing Mikey. We got Michelangelo here. He looks pretty awesome as well. And he's got his nunchucks right here. Looks pretty cool. Again, this is the only one from this set that I had originally. And then I had some billions, but these were extremely hard to find. I do remember going to Toys R Us and I guess it would be like my birthday or Christmas because I didn't have a lot of money to get these, so I only had a handful. But beautiful package again. And the font seems to be different on every figure. Look at that. And so maybe not completely exactly different, but there's definitely a difference. Look at the A here and the A there. Similar, but it's not the same. Look at that G. Anyway, let's see what it says back here. We just read that, and let's see. Look, there's Shredder pouring some ooze down into the sewer. So it says, Splinter's enemy, Shredder, leader of the evil Foot Clan, pours a disgusting green ooze over Splinter, and accidentally the turtles, hoping to zap him dead. Yep, he definitely was hoping to zap him dead. So, let's get him open. Get Mikey on out here. Michelangelo, he's the party dude. Alright. There we go. Let's slide him on out. Let's cut this. And let's get his weapons out. Let's cut it here. Ah. Perfect. Give me a better angle. And yet I still couldn't cut it. Interesting. There we are. Alright. Love to know who your favorite Ninja Turtle is. And so, in this original series, absolutely hands down, my favorite was Raphael. And luckily I had him as the action figure that I owned. But in the 2012 series, which is a series that I absolutely love, 2012 series, it might not be Michelangelo. I'm sorry, Raphael. I think I really like Michelangelo, and I really like Donatello, also Donnie in the newer series. So let's take a closer look. Looks like we still have rushed paint. We might just need to touch these up once it's all said and done. A different type of plastic. Wow, this one. The plastic is different again, but it looks like the body green is different from the arms green, different from the head green. So the arms do go all the way around. Same thing, this head does turn all the way around as well. So I think it's just going to be a theme that the paint was a little rushed on all these figures. See that right there. There's a joint right here at the elbow, so this turns. I'm like, this is not super loose, but you see it has some play to it. I'm gonna take a look at original Raphael again. Let's take a look. Does he have that little bit of play in his arm? No, it's very minimal. Like, this is very different. If I can get in focus. See, this is very different than this. So yeah, just throwing that out there. Okay, so Mikey, again, in order for them to sit, you'd have to turn the legs like this. So he's got only one of these hexagonal pegs, holes. And this is the opposite of Leo. We actually need him to have that foot back. So in this one, it has these here in the back, which you can put his nunchaku just like that. There we go. And there we go. Look at that. Perfect. Looks great. Let's take one of them out. Oh no! His belt came off. And it is a little loose. So let me hold that there while I take this out. It's getting stuck a little bit because of the base being wide. But yeah, we can definitely show this as if it was twirling around. Or we can turn it and have him holding it with both hands. This arm's a little weirder than the other turtles because it's angled in like that. I don't even know if it's supposed to be purposely angled in. Looks like this is softer plastic and hopefully isn't just defective, but this one is coming in more than the other one. So, look at that. Not too shabby. Other than the paint, that's obviously kind of an eyesore right here in the front. It's blending where there's orange. Oops, sorry, that's real bad. Sorry guys, there we go. Blending over here where it's orange and missing right here in the middle, so it's a little distracting. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and set them up right over here. Alright, let's move on. Now we're gonna have the last turtle, and that is Donatello. Look at that. Donnie. Look at that. And this looks great. Love the packaging. And now let's look to see what the next episode is here. And it shows this small turtle turning into Raphael, and same thing with Hamato Yoshi turning into a Splinter. And instead, the turtle pets mutate into turtle teens, and Splinter turns into the biggest rat ever to face a trap. Very cool. Let's get him open. Let's get him on out of here. There we go. Alright. Why is this so stuck right here? That doesn't matter. Came off anyway. Okay. Slide Donnie on out. There we are. And you should only have one bow staff, not 7. And yes, he doesn't have. Oh, well, that's why, because I'm going to lose one. Now it makes more sense. Now it's all so clear to me. Okay. Put everything else back. Get this over here. Donatello. Look how he looks. They have him as a really darker, almost brown. Take a look. You see his teeth on both sides, like kind of like Raph, except you don't see it in the middle. So Mikey had, you could see only those. Leonardo, you could see only these. Raph, you could see both, but you could see it through the middle too. And so now we have Donnie like this. So here we are. It has this place right here where you can put his bow staff. Look at that. And in the video games, Donnie was cool to use because his reach was so far with the bow staff. When he'd hit, he could be able to reach like super far. Look at that. And Raph had a really short reach. But, alright. This looks like the paint is a lot better on this Donnie, even though it might be fading a little bit here. Into it, it's not as noticeable at all. So this is much better. See, the arms do go around. And these arms are like a softer plastic, I guess, because there's a lot more play in these than the original figures. Turns right here at the elbow. This is like a softer plastic. Look at that. I can't do that on the older ones. Okay. We have this ball joint. We can do that. Man, Donnie's legs go a lot further out than the other guys. We do have where he's doing that, taking a step thing. I guess Raph's the only one who's not doing that. Shell looks pretty good actually. So the paint on this Donnie actually looks the best out of all of them so far. There's least amount of paint bleed and least amount sloppy. Let's see what this says right here. It says 2013 Viacom. So even these are a reissue re-release of a re-release. So that. Let's see. See if I can get this to go in both hands without being in an awkward position. There we go. There we go. That's pretty nice actually. There we go. And there are our 4 turtles, and of course the reason why we have a 5th is because I put that Raph right there. So not bad. And you know what? Just for fun, let me show you the only other hero I had that wasn't a villain, obviously. I had Casey Jones. So this Casey is still in pretty decent condition. There's the date right there, 1989. And I always thought he looked really cool, and I'm like, I don't think I have any of his weapons left. But his weapons were always cool with that green, even though it didn't really make sense. I did like they were green. His arms just go around like this. And then they don't turn right there like by the elbow. They turn like on the forearm, which was kind of weird, but either way, they still move. Legs are very similar also. These do feel like a much tighter, nicer build. And there we are. So let me see. What do we still have? Okay, so yes, forgive me. I did find at least one weapon that is still from the original set. Look at that. For Casey Jones. He's got his hands posed differently. You can still put that there. Look at that. That looks cool. It'll fit here, but this kind of angles out. This would be more for the bat if he was like putting it out there like that, but that's alright. Give him a stand. And then of course he's got the older size holes on his feet. So, pretty cool. And he was always one of my favorite looking figures ever since I saw a friend of mine in school who had him. I was like, I definitely need to get Casey Jones because he just looks so cool. Look at that. Alright, so obviously these two were not in the set. Just thought they'd be cool since we're comparing them to the original figs. Okay, 2 more from this set. So next we have Splinter, and look how cool he looks. And he's even got a little cloth outfit, little cloth, I don't know, it's felt or something. Cool. He's got like a cane that looks like it's a weapon inside. And he just pulls that out, so it's a weapon, and then he's got a bow and arrow. So let's see what the last episode right here on the back says. So wants to face a trap. Here's our turtle guys. And it says, Splinter, the big cheese leader, teaches the turtles the way of the ninja. Together, they form a kick-stomping fighting team for the side of good against the deadly Foot Clan. Get ready for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Great. Alright, let's get this bad boy open. There we go. It's pushed in for no reason at all. Okay. There we are. Let's get our Splinter out. Looks like even he has a little belt. And he's coming already holding the bow and arrow. Look at that. And I have no idea what the original his original outfit looked like. You know what? Let me get this out though. This looks cool. But it does look a little rushed. And it may be exactly like the original, then that means the original one looked kind of rushed. There we go. Let's see if this truly does fit in here. Yeah, sure does. Look at that. Okay. Put that in there. Pull this out. And set that aside over here. Let's take a look at our Splinter. Let's look at his face. I don't know about those eyes. I'm like, did Splinter look like that originally? I'm gonna Google it. Give me a second. I guess so, more or less. Because look at this. Found him, and then his packaging would be individual to who he is. Let's see. It has up here on the top. Look, it's not even punched. Very cool. And it has, is that a portrait of Splinter? Actually has a write-up for his individual action figure there on the original box. So, very cool. Looks like the weapons are exactly the same. Otherwise, it's for the most part a replica. It looks like this one's maybe a little darker. And, yep, looks like the eye does look like that. Ours looks a little more rounded versus straightened, but it's quite alright. Okay, so Splinter. Let's see what sort of articulation he has. Arms go all the way around. Very nice. Turn right here, like on the higher part of the forearm, almost at the elbow. Head does turn side to side at least. Feels super hollow. Looks like he has long eyelashes, definitely. Let's see his legs. They just go straight back and straight forward. Looks like that. They only go so far back. Well, and actually, they just keep going. It's just more difficult. And the tail turns and probably can have that help it stand up. Ah, his little man skirt's starting to come up. So I guess I would suggest having the tail come down like that because it's easier for him to stand. Otherwise, you have to lean him, hunch him forward. So let's see. Does he even? Can he even hold these? Yeah, I guess so. Look at that. Wow, cool. Okay, so I guess he can hold his cane right here. And this bow and arrow. so, but he was holding it like this in the box. Maybe we'll put it down, and that'll be cool. We'll set him right over here. Look at that. Very awesome. Very, very awesome. Okay, let's move on to our last action figure in this set. And the last action figure in this set is Shredder, Master Shredder. And look at this, it looks like he has essentially the set that that Leo had, just without the other sword. So that's interesting. But again, same package for all of them. Same write-up back here and here. And then it just shows those 6. Now for the villains, it does show it like this. Just so you know, you see the difference when we get to that. But yeah, it's essentially the same packaging. Alright, so let's get him on out. And he is a villain, but they decided to package him with the turtles. There we go. Oop, looks like Casey Jones fell asleep on the job. Okay. Let's get Shredder on out. Come on, Shredder. Wow, okay. Very reminiscent of what I remember the original looking like. Okay. And I guess we'll get this sword out. Just so you can have something. Put the rest away. There we are. Okay, very cool. Awesome. So, well, let's take a look before we start putting the weapon in his hands. And here's what his head sculpt looks like. It's just blue. And since I did not have Shredder myself, oh look, this one is squishy. Soft head. The arms do go all the way around. His arm is out a little bit, turns right here at the forearm, right before the elbow. He's got his little man skirt going. And same thing, his legs do turn in like that to be able to sit down. Here we have one leg that's bent tremendously more than the other. And looks like this leg is meant to be pushed far out. I wonder if that makes it hard to stand, because look at his foot. That is a hard angle on that ankle. So yeah, let me see, does he have a date on him? He sure does. 2013, just like the other ones. So, alright, put his little man skirt down. Let's see if we can get him to stand, because his leg is a whole lot looser than I'd like it to be. Look at that. And clearly this hand's not going to be able to hold a sword. So let's see how this one would work. But he's only got 2 fingers to hold it. Look at that. The other 2 are like pulled in like that. And no, because there we go. It'd have to hold it like that. But this foot, it's kind of getting me in. Again, it may have been like that on the original figure, but I don't know about how much he's crouching down. We're gonna have to either put him on a stand or lean him against something, which is unfortunate. And the legs, they have to be pulled out like that because he's got no knee joints. So let's go ahead and set him right here while I take a look. Give me a second, guys. So yeah, I guess so. I'm just trying to look right here on the internet, see what we come across. And these are cool, but obviously the original one we're looking at. No silver on them, obviously. It's blue. But yeah, let me stand up Casey again and take a close look. And guys, what did you think of these awesome Ninja Turtle action figures? They look pretty outstanding to me. The paint was a little rushed on them, but they're clearly pretty darn good replicas for so many years later. Look pretty awesome. What, it's 30 something years later? But yeah. Alright, what do you say we move on to the villains? The 6-pack villains, right? Alright, thank you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to them.